Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the head of Togo's National Assembly, Yawa Tsigan. President al-Sisi hailed the distinguished bilateral ties and described them as historical. The head of state also stressed the importance of strengthening the trade exchange between the two countries. For her part, the head of Togo's National Assembly hailed the Egyptian economic reforms adopted under the leadership of President al-Sisi. The top official said that the leadership of President al-Sisi contributed in achieving security and stability and also opened new horizons of development that makes Egypt an African model of development. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom. Adhanom conveyed to President al-Sisi the international appreciation to the Egyptian distinguished efforts in the field of health care, hailing the political leadership and the presidential initiatives in this vital sector. The details with Linda Abdulatif.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom, at Al Hadaya Palace, where Adhanom handed President al-Sisi the organization's verification report on the 100 Million Healthy Lives Initiative. The initiative, which was launched last year, screened more than 60 billion citizens for hepatitis C and non-communicable diseases. Following the meeting, Minister of Health Hala Zaid held a joint press conference with Adhanom. For her part, Zaid praised the health initiatives that Egypt has launched in the past years, adding that the 100 Million Healthy Lives Initiative is the biggest of its kind in the world in terms of the number of people who are screened. The minister also added that it is the quickest in terms of its implementation with the best quality. The minister also referred to the different initiatives that are being implemented in the country, including the comprehensive health insurance system and the Women's Breast Cancer Initiative, which aims at screening 28 million Egyptian women. Zaid also referred to the role played by the World Health Organization in supporting such initiatives and in being an independent observer of such initiatives. For his part, Adhanom praised the government's efforts to screen and eradicate hepatitis C and the non-communicable diseases. He also recommended the publication of the Egyptian experience to inspire other countries around the world. Adhanom also praised the efforts done by the government to cut the waiting time and applauded the health insurance system in Port Said Governorate. The Director General of the World Health Organization also said that the organization will continue to support Egypt in every possible way and will use it as an example for other countries worldwide. The different health initiatives that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi launched last year have inspired different African countries to do the same, taking Egypt as a role model. And the visit of the Director General of the World Health Organization to Egypt comes as a recognition of such achievements. Linda Abdulatif, Nile TV International.
At a joint press conference between the World Health Organization's Director General Tedros Adhanom and the Minister of Health, Dr. Hala Zaid, Nile TV senior correspondent Taghreed Hussein asked the World Health Organization official about the future cooperation between the organization and Egypt in the field of health care, as well as the Egyptian health initiatives and how they could benefit the African nations.
Excellency Dr. Hala Zaid, Excellency Dr. Tedros Adhanom, this is Taghreed Hussein from Nile TV International, and we were really inspired by the passion that you've talked about the success stories in Egypt concerning the health sector and your meeting with His Excellency the President. You talked about more than one success story about eliminating hepatitis C, also talked about the support that has been given by the leadership for the support of women's health in Egypt, and also the early detection of the non-communicable diseases and more. Let me know more about the coordination between the World Health Organization and Egypt in the coming phase, and how are those inspirational stories of Egypt going to be also transcending barriers and reaching Africa? Because it's very important, as Egypt chairs the African Union 2019. And we're looking forward to more cooperation in that respect. And also for Her Excellency, Dr. Hala Zaid, we're really happy to see this sense of commitment and this sense of support, and also to women's issues and women's health in Egypt, and well, following up on the directives of the President. Sure, there is more good news regarding supporting women's health in Egypt. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you. So the first simple act is to document and share and promote what's happening here, and that's exactly what we're doing. I think the word will be out. But in addition to that, there is a commitment from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi as President of the African Union to start initiative for Africa, and WHO will cooperate with Egypt to make that happen, and there are countries who have shown interest. And the other platform is, I have already invited His Excellency to speak at the UN General Assembly high-level meeting for universal health coverage. I think that platform will help us inspire leaders to have bold initiatives, because some are worried because of the financial implication, they don't want to start. But of course, they could be inspired by Egypt, which started. It's not because it has a lot of money, but it's because it's committed to keep the health of its society and facing the problem actually head on. So that opportunity will help to inspire his colleagues and friends and the rest of the world, and we will continue to promote what is being done here. The big initiative which started is the insurance, which is almost completed in Port Said, and then we'll move into Ismailia, the Suez Canal, Luxor, and Aswan, and what's the South Sinai. So, Constitution, and that's why I say there is really grand commitment and vision, and this will also be documented, and we will share as we see something to share from the Port Said and the next 5 governorates that will follow until Egypt is fully covered. So that's what we're also intending to do. Thank you.
On the campaign for women's and children's health, well, this campaign is not limited only to early examination for women and children, but also expanded to include detection, reproductive health of women, as well as obesity and diabetes diseases. And this campaign is mainly concerned with women as of the age bracket of 18 years, with every stage, with every age bracket having its own procedures. We have started this campaign since July the 1st, and we are going to examine 28 million Egyptian women. Any woman aging 18 onwards can apply for this examination, and given awareness and given report about health procedures to follow, lifelong procedures to follow on detecting such diseases as of the age of 18 years of age. Well, how did we manage to get these resources for this campaign? This is what has been said by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in talks with Dr. Tedros. Actually, the campaigns we have found, because we have found out, as the President said, we have found out that the cost of these campaigns, the cost of these initiatives, to be much less than if we had left people to contract or develop disease and then start giving them medical treatment. The entire campaign, starting from examination down to cure, giving medical treatment, has cost only 28 million US dollars. This is much less costly for the ministry, not only for the Ministry of Health, but also for households, which would have otherwise have had to incur a lot of money in order to provide medical treatment for those people. That's why the Ministry of Health has launched this public health awareness campaign in order to provide treatment for these.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi witnessed the swearing in of the new head of the State Affairs Authority, Councillor Abu Bakr al-Siddiq Muhammad. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that later President al-Sisi held a meeting with Councillor al-Siddiq, during which he wished him success in executing his duties. Al-Sisi expressed his keenness on establishing a state of law built on justice and equality, stressing the importance of continuous efforts that aim at empowering citizens to gain rights and guarantee freedom. Meanwhile, the head of the state granted the state merit to Councillor Hussein Abdu Khalil, the former head of State Affairs Authority. President al-Sisi expressed his sincere appreciation to the exerted efforts in applying laws and achieving national interests. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli headed the Cabinet's weekly meeting at the new government headquarters in the new Alamein city. During the meeting, the ministers discussed a number of political, economic and social files, as well as the implementation of the national projects. The ministers probed the ministerial decrees and the draft laws that aim at achieving economic and social stability, encouraging investments, and providing the basic commodities to the low-income brackets.
Egypt's stock market indices retreated on Thursday, being affected by selling operations by Arab and foreign investors. The main EGX 30 lost 0.17%, the EGX 70 lost 0.2%. The more expanded EGX 100 lost 0.8%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £1.2 billion.